In the immortal words of Janet Demita Jo Jackson, I miss you much. Oh, I miss you much. I really miss you much. I S too much. But there's two S's in miss, so I never understood that. Welcome back. So we are back up in this bitch with another DSTV Mini. I can't front, like it feels like good to be doing an episode. We haven't done one in like 6 weeks and so much has happened. Chris Brown in bow ties, Kanye, Taylor Swift, etc. Let me just get that one sentence out about that so we can just get that out the way. We all know how Kanye do. So I don't know why anyone is surprised. It's not like she was giving the eulogy at Senator Ted Kennedy's funeral when he interrupted. But I should just say this. If we know how Kanye do, can we please stop seating him that close to the stage? I'm just saying. Now on to other things. So we had spoken before about how Whitney and Mariah were both making comebacks. And Whitney beat Mariah to the punch. She dropped her album. She went on Oprah. And she was Whitney in full effect. You know, Whitney has always been very dramatic. You know, she's very dramatical. She says everything like it's a line in a movie. And she's got the market cornered on the secondary serious whisper line. For instance, Oprah. So Whitney, was there ever a time that you thought that things were just never gonna change, that this was it, this is how it was gonna be? Oh, Oprah, never, no. Never, no. So Whitney, did Bobby Christina see too much? Oh no, she didn't see too much, but she saw enough. She saw enough. But Wendy Williams actually followed up and said something that I thought was really profound. She said, you know, Whitney never took ownership of her addiction. It was still being blamed on Bobby, as opposed to saying like, yes, I was an addict, I did this, now I'm sober, and I'm not doing this anymore. And you know, she's saying this really deep song on Oprah about knowing her strength. I feel like it could be used for like a tampon commercial or something. I wanna dance with somebody. Deuce. Then there was the fiasco. You lie! I think the best part of that whole scenario was the look Obama gave him, but looked like, oh, fucking thing. And then he kind of like got it together. And Maureen Dowd wrote an amazing op-ed on it where she said, no, it wasn't non-racial. It was basically, you lie, boy. But there's still this racism going on inside the political field right now with Mr. Barack Obama being our president. And until we get over that racial hump, we cannot move forward. This is not Parliament. Have you ever seen Parliament on CNBC? Those British guys go in. You, sir, are a bastard, and you are talking incredulous lies. Rid of him! Number 3 is talking about the 4 dudes who got blamed for gang raping this chick at HOFSTRA University. Now, I can't front. When I first heard this story, I did say to myself, that sounds a little sketchy. Because it's like, she wasn't forced in the room. She was lured there by a lost cell phone. And I don't know about you guys, but that sounds like a grim fairy tale gone wrong. You know, like it was like, there was a gingerbread house and she was lured there by the smell of the ginger and bread. No, like, what are you talking about? So that made me feel sketchy about the scenario from jump. But the reality was this. She said that she didn't want to tell what really happened because she didn't want to feel like a tramp. Here's the thing though. The only thing worse than feeling like a tramp is being a lying tramp. You see what I'm saying? The only thing worse than that would be like being a lying, thieving tramp. You understand? She was like thieving their lives from them by accusing them of rape. Now she's facing criminal charges for making the allegations. And they, I would assume, are somewhere popping champagne. So I'm on the train the other day and this guy's sitting next to me, and I just saw him doing some very, you know, buffoonery shit, like having a conversation with somebody over the entire length of the train. Like, yeah, alright, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, alright? But he sits down next to me, and when I first look, he's reading a book about Sigmund Freud, or by Sigmund Freud. So then I'm like, that's weird. So I look away, look back, he's now reading Julius Caesar. Like reading it. Like reading it. Like hood rats reading True to the Game on the train. You know what I'm saying? He's immersed in it, engulfed. So I started reading it, and then I couldn't help but say to him, you know, one of the best lines in the play is, "There's a tide in the affairs of men that was taken at the flood leads on to fortune." He's like, "Oh, so you like Shakespeare?" I was like, "Yeah, you know, I'm a fan." He was like, "Yeah, you know, I like Julius Caesar. I mean, it ain't no 12th night. Yeah, it ain't no 12th night." And I was like, "Yeah, you know, I don't know about 12th night. It's not really one of my favorites. I'm more of a Macbeth, like The Tempest." And I was like, "You know, we are such stuff that dreams are made of. That's my shit." And I was like, yo, this cat really knows his Shakespeare. So we talking more and just exchanging like quotes and stuff. So we get to my stop, and I was like, all right, you know, stay up, keep reading the Bard. And I get to the door and I turn, and right on cue, I was like, adieu, and got off the train. Yo, this nigga was like, Shakespeare on the train. It's in the park and it's on the train. Get yourself a Spectrum hand-painted bag painted by yours truly. My new bag line on karmaloop.com. Yes, I have created 5 exclusive styles and painted only 6 of each. So there ain't going to be a whole bunch of folks running around with these joints, but you can be one of them. Go to karmaloop.com today and check out Spectrum by Amanda Diva.